Well, today in beautiful Missouri, beautiful day outside today, I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to start a series of videos on how to train a coon dog from start to finish. And Jake is the dog we're going to start with. Jake's 8 months old. My son is in a co-ownership with Jake, and this is really the first day that we've had Jake out, and anybody's really ever messed with him or did anything with him. Now, everybody has watched the movie Where the Red Fern Grows, and they've always kind of dreamed of having that dog that is just their friend and their buddy, and one of those great coon dogs. And that's what we kind of try to achieve here at our kennels. We're not big into hunts and stuff, but we love to train pleasure dogs, and that's what we hope to do with Jake. And we're going to get started here in just a minute, and we're going to pause the video and get some stuff ready, and we'll explain what we're trying to do. Okay, one of the first things we're going to do is we don't know much about Jake or what he's been through or anything like that, so we're just going to try to see if Jake's got any just natural tree ability to him. And Bryce is kind of getting the dog excited about this hide we got out. We got it out of the freezer, and we're just going to see what Jake can do when we hang it up in the tree and kind of encourage him. So let's see what Jake does. Let's walk on down here and let's see what Jake does. One thing you want to remember is that you want to keep your dogs excited about stuff. Excitement's what kind of triggers their instincts to kick in. And that's what we're hoping to do with Jake right here. So, Carly, if you'll follow us on down here, we'll see what's going on.
Skid it, boy, skid it. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy.
So, as you can see, looks like Jake's got quite a bit of just natural tree ability to him. His first instinct is to look up and tree that coon. And we're just going to pet him and encourage him because he's treeing that coon. And this is a good sign. Don't get discouraged if your dog doesn't do this the first time like Jake did, but this is a good indicator. So here in a second, we'll show you a few more things that we're going to do here in just a second. Pause it. One thing I want to mention here is we kind of bring a finish to this little part of the training here. On these pups, make sure you don't overdo stuff. I mean, I know it's neat to see your pup jump up on a tree and tree like that, and it is kind of exciting, but you also can overdo this type of stuff, and you don't want to do that too often. You want to keep the game fun and exciting for them while we go through these first steps of training. So we're going to call this quits right here for now. We're going to switch up things just a little bit and show you a few other things that we like to teach our dogs here at our kennels. So we'll be right back with you here in just a minute. Okay, now we're going to start what I feel like is probably one of the most important things that we do. And if you'll notice, Jake's got on a couple different collars here. He's got on a GPS tracking collar, and he's also got on a shock collar. Now today, the only reason we have those collars on there on him right now is because we just want him to get used to wearing them and let him know that they're kind of going to be a part of his life for a while. And but the first thing, you know, that we're going to work on for the next week or so, and not really mess with the coon a whole lot or anything like that, but for the next week or so, we're just going to work on some basic commands. And Bryce is going to show you how we do that, because we want to make sure that this dog knows exactly what we're asking him to do before we try to correct him on anything. And an old rope that's pretty long is a good training tool, and will suffice for today, and until we start moving up to kind of like the shock and collar thing and stuff like that. But today Bryce is just going to do a demonstration here on how we teach these dogs the commands that we want them to do. So I'm just going to let Bryce kind of take over here.
Jake, come. Jake. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
Number one, we want Jake to associate his name, and we also want him to know that when we holler at him, we expect him to come to us. No matter really what he's doing, that's kind of what we want him to do. There's nothing worse
Jake,
than
come.
there's nothing worse than getting out in the woods and having a dog that won't come to you, or is treed across the river, or on somebody else's property you can't really be on, and not be able to go get him. So Bryce is going to spend some time here just teaching Jake how to do these types of things. Letting him get out there, kind of walk away from him for a little bit, and then he'll have him come back to him.
Jake, come here. Come here, Jake. Come here. Good boy.
One good thing to remember is that when you call these dogs to you, go ahead and get down on their eye level, down where they're at. Don't stand over them, intimidate them, or anything like that. Get down there and let them know that when they come to you, that's a good thing, and that's where they want to be lots of times. And you'll start developing this relationship with your dog that you'll be happy with. So Bryce is going to continue to work with this, and I got one more thing to show you before the day is out, and we'll be back just in a second to show you that. Okay, Bryce has been working with that for a few minutes now, and one thing I want to encourage you is don't make these training sessions just, 2 or 3 hours long. Just make them a few minutes long. Just enjoy your dog. Don't just wear him out with the dog. And the last part that's very important that you need to know is just what Bryce did there. You know what? After you get through training your dog, allow yourself enough time just to turn your dog loose and let him be a dog, and let him see what's going on, and let him just kind of adventure and just enjoy himself. He'll make a lot better dog. So we'll see you next week with some more training tips after we work on these things, and then we can move on to a few different things. So see everybody next week.